Hello, this is Josh Dickout, and I'm presenting my second career presentation for the Intro to Marriage and Family Studies class at BYU, Idaho. Today I'm presenting about the career marriage and family therapist for the Department of Veterans Affairs. And I wanted to start off talking about the working environment at that agency. Being a large and very important government agency, I can see that it would be a very stressful position. However, I wanted to read the mission statement here. I think it's very relevant. So the mission statement of the VA is to fulfill President Lincoln's promise to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow, and for his orphan, by serving and honoring the men and women who are America's veterans. Again, I think that's very relevant, and it adds to the intrigue and the uniqueness of that position. The work environment would have the special challenge of helping veterans deal with the issues of war, post-traumatic stress disorder, and other psychological problems. Unfortunately, as well, there are certain substance abuse issues that walk hand in hand with a lot of that. Unfortunately, sometimes one of the issues with the work environment would be the hours. I gather from an open job posting they have that this career would have varying and long hours. In fact, it says nights, weekends, and non-traditional hours are required. The typical stresses of the job, and it would be a very stressful position. For me, I think probably the most disappointing or the most stressful part would be disappointment. Dealing and trying to help people overcome post-traumatic stress disorder is a very emotional and difficult thing. I have worked around many people with these disorders. I used to work in a corrections environment, and unfortunately, we had a lot of experience in that realm. The fact that there would be marriage and family issues that stem from that would be a very emotional and yes, disappointing thing, and I think that adds to the stress of the environment. On top of all of that, it is a government agency. It's a government agency that's been under fire recently, and I think that's a very stressful thing as well. There's a lot of bureaucracy and red tape, of course, that comes anytime that gets involved. As far as benefits go for the position, it is, again, a government agency, so the government pay scale is usually kind of midway, I guess, mid-road, and I think actually for this position it seems to be pretty good. It seems to be pretty decent. There's pretty good benefits. They're always considered very good benefits in government positions. Paid vacation, several, they get government. Anybody that gets mail from the post office knows that the government gets more days off a year than most of us on government holidays. Their insurance and retirement benefits are very, very good. As far as common job tasks, again, turning to the open job posting that I found on the website, the job task is, quote, providing readjustment counseling to war veterans and their families. I don't think it is needs any more description than that. The families need to readjust to the veterans coming home, and of course the veterans coming home need to readjust to living what we call a normal life, normal with their family. And frankly, anyone that has any inkling of PTSD or any of the other psychological issues brought on by warfare will have to relearn how to live in a family society, in a family unit. For education, the position requires a master's degree. They're very clear, though, that degree has to come from a program accredited by the Commission on Accreditation for Marriage and Family Therapy Education. They would also consider any other mental health discipline degrees that are also accredited. Starting salary is about $65,000, and that salary ranged up to about $84,000. So, again, like I said, it seems to be pretty decent as far as American wages, and certainly for the average that we came up with in this class, it seems to be a pretty decent salary range. The only other information I have, I was able to find a job posting, like I've said a couple times, on the VA careers website, and that led me to the usajobs.gov website. there's a lot of very good information about the VA itself, of course, and about this job and what is expected. Again, it'd be a very challenging job, but I think it'd be extremely rewarding. On top of the stresses I explained earlier, I think that the exact opposite thing would lead to more reward. People would assimilate with their families, assimilate with society, they would assimilate with new employers, and to be able to be the therapist that could help with that would be a very, very rewarding feeling. So this is my presentation. If anyone has any questions, please don't hesitate to comment. Thank you very much.